Okay guys, so we might actually have an interesting development in regards to Seth Ridge. Now, I know some people might know who he is, and we'll do a very quick catch-up. Seth Ridge was a DNC staffer from memory that used to work with the voting data for the DNC. He was killed about over 12 months ago, about 13, 14 months ago, 15 months ago now, in circumstances where they ruled it as a robbery. Now, a lot of people actually took an interest in this because he was working with the voting data. He was a very big Bernie supporter, and he also was, a quote, ruled as a robbery, but they never stole his wallet or anything along those lines. So while obviously this is going on, people have taken an interest because of these whole circumstances where he supposedly died were a little weird. But obviously at the end of the day, Julian Assange has also helped the situation on a little bit, hinting that Seth Ridge was more than just a DNC leaker or a DNC worker, and that he was actually someone who leaked the DNC emails. Now, he hasn't come out and officially announced that. He has hinted at it, and I will put a copy of that clip here.
Donald Trump has had a disastrous few weeks. If you look at the polls, he needs a miracle. In the American political lexicon, there's such a thing as the October surprise. The stuff that you're sitting on, is an October surprise in there? Do you even know what you're sitting on?
Wikileaks never sits on material. Whistleblowers go to significant efforts to get us material, and often very significant risks. There's a 27-year-old works for the DNC who was shot in the back, murdered just 2 weeks ago for unknown reasons as he was walking down the street in Washington. So
that was just a robbery, I believe, wasn't it?
No, there's no finding. So
what are you suggesting? What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that our sources take risks, and they become concerned to see things occurring like that.
But was he one of your sources then? I mean,
we don't comment on who our sources are.
But why make the suggestion about a young guy being shot in the streets of Washington?
Because we have to understand how high the stakes are in the United States, and that our sources are, our sources face serious risks. That's why they come to us, so we can protect their anonymity.
But it's quite something to suggest a murder. That's basically what you're doing.
Well, that others have suggested that. We are investigating to understand what happened in that situation with Seth Ridge. I think it is a concerning situation. There's not a conclusion yet. We wouldn't be willing to state a conclusion, but we are concerned about it. And more importantly, a variety of WikiLeaks sources are concerned when that kind of thing happens.
So at the end of the day, you're sort of wondering why Julian Assange is talking about this stuff, and he's talking about people that go to give him data, go to great risks, and then he's talking about Seth Ridge. So he's sort of hinting at Seth Ridge being the DNC leaker. Now, obviously, the DNC has since then have gone through, they have vehemently denied that he was the leaker. They vehemently denied that he was assassinated or killed, and they just say it was a botched robbery. Take what you will from that. Now, the reason why we're talking about this again, well, Donnie Jr. or Donald Trump Jr. released a whole stack of private mail or DMs between him and WikiLeaks today. In that private dump of DMs, there is a link called Wlsearch.tk, and that's what you see on the screen. So normally when you go to Wlsearch, it is a WikiLeaks search site that allows you to go through and search through their archives of emails. That's what it normally is. And if we actually go back to the Wayback Machine and say we bring up, let's just go back to like March, for example. You can see here there is a whole stack of emails, and this is basically what the site used to look like. Now you can see it as the WikiLeaks official website. There's the donut, the submit, there's the protester emails, yada, yada, yada. However, if you actually go to the site now, this is what comes up. My name was Seth Ridge. There's a photo of a clock. Now, for anybody that is interested, the time I read that as is 11:09 turning on 11:10. I don't get the reference to that. It could be just a stock photo, but it could be a significant time for some reason. Guys, if you know what that means, if there is a reason for that time, let me know in the comment section below. Now, if you scroll down here, you get the home. You finally found me. I am the source of John Podesta DNC email hacks. I've been waiting so long for you to join me. Thanks to Wikileaks and Trump Jr., you'll all soon know why Hillary Clinton and John Podesta had me killed. As you can see, I'm no Russian agent. I was just a proud DNC staffer who believed in the system until I figured out that Hillary Clinton and the DNC rigged the primaries against my candidate Bernie Sanders. That's when I decided to take action and release these emails to Wikileaks. Now, just before we continue on, guys, that's actually true. Donna Brazil has come out and said that the DNC was heavily stacked against Bernie, and also he was also a member of the DNC who was actually to do with the voting system or the votes. So he would be the person that would actually realize if it was actually stacked against Bernie. Now, here, John Podesta was determined to make an example out of me and had me taken care of. Why do you think they didn't let the FBI examine the DNC servers? That's actually true too, guys. The DNC would not allow the FBI to examine the servers. They actually had a company, I believe it was called CrowdStrike, or something along those lines. They went through and actually did that themselves and then passed the data on to the FBI. Don't even get me started on that. Yep, those servers would have led them straight to me. John couldn't let that happen. By the way, did you know that John Podesta is a pedophile? That's actually came out in the emails and the news. He is actually, from memory, being charged. Just ask him about Pizzagate next time you see him for me. Thanks. Thanks again, Wikileaks, for upping my reward to solve my murder. I wonder why you'd do that for me. Oh, you're trying to tell the world I was your source. Whoops, cat's out of the bag. And there's photos of Seth Ridge. Now, the interesting thing about this is that Pizzagate actually came out after Seth Ridge's death. Also, upping the reward also happened after his death as well. So, do I think that Seth Ridge has written this? I think he might have written some of it, or he's possibly wrote some of it, but someone has also modified this for him as well, to obviously give some extra details. But guys, yeah, definitely an interesting thing. Look, at the end of the day, there's nothing in the source. I've had a look at the source code. It is definitely WikiLeaks' website. You can see it here. Look, there's the Wayback Machine, and if I actually go through and put it onto today's date, for example, here's the same thing. It's not edited or anything like that. If I click on that, same site. My name is Seth Ridge, and there it is there. So it's WikiLeaks' actual site. This is up. Now, I have gone through and tweeted at Julian Assange and WikiLeaks both to ask them if the site has been hacked. I'm still waiting on a reply on that, which is why my phone is actually near the speakers just a second ago. I'm waiting for that reply. I don't know if I'll get one, but I'll try. So without those DMs earlier today, we probably wouldn't have even checked this site. Now, obviously, guys, Reddit has gone nuts. They're searching for this. They are looking into this. I believe 4chan will also be doing that if they don't know already. Of course they do, they're 4chan. But yeah, everybody is now back on the case of Seth Ridge. And this is going to provide a lot of extra heat. And if you see John Podesta, feel free to ask him about Pizzagate for Seth Ridge. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think the site was hacked? Do you think this is legit? Do you think this is WikiLeaks trying to point us towards Seth Ridge to possibly try and solve the murder? do you know why this 1109 or 1110 is important? If you have any questions or any queries or theories about that, let us know in the comment section below. But guys, apart from that, if this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.